Alright, what I wanted to show you here now is the extra modes. Everybody knows hunk. When you beat hunk, it unlocks tofu. But what some people may not know or may know is tofu has 4 other friends, okay? And you have to beat 2 of the tofus to get the others. You don't have to do all of them, but you do have to beat all of them to unlock all the models and finish all the records like I did, which is a real pain in the ass. So we have Tofu, who comes with a knife, and now I'm just going to show you each one. And this is his bio here, codename Tofu. Tofu, his charm knows no bounds. And they each have a little different bio, and they each have different amount of slots of weapons they hold and weapons they carry, and color, obviously. Like this one's completely pale white. This one I'll show you real quick for those that don't know. He gets, what is that, 16 knives, and then he gets 2 red herbs, a green herb, and a blue herb. Now you would think this would be impossible to do. It is not. And he's not even the hardest tofu to beat. He's the second hardest, but he's not the hardest. That's the regular tofu. Now, if you beat that tofu, it unlocks this one, urio-mochi. I'm not pronouncing these right, but I'm just saying them. And Kojak. So if you beat him, it unlocks these 2. This guy, you can see here, codename Cognac, or whatever. One must not underestimate power. This guy I like. Is kind of hard to do. You would think not because of the weapons I'm going to show you he comes with. But he is hard to do because you really need self-defense weapons in this stuff. Those will save you in the end. Alright, so if we look at Cognac, you can see he's like darkish color with speckles, but he has the flamethrower. And if you look at it, he's got 2,000 rounds and 40 rounds of flame. So he's got 2,000 flame and 40 flame grenades, which you would think would be super easy. He only has 6 grenades, so he's not that bad to have to do it. But he only has these. At least he has healing, so he's not that hard to do. May take a couple tries, and he's actually fun to play as well. You also get this one. And you can see codename urio-mochi. No one can stop his evolution. This guy is probably my favorite tofu to play as. This one and Flan. This guy has absolutely no healing, but he doesn't really need it. He doesn't. I'll show you why. This is why. He has like 30 grenades. And what's great about the grenades is you can use them either or. It can be a self-defense weapon or an offensive weapon. And to beat him, it's pretty easy as long as you do that. Don't always use them for self-defense. Throw them and use them for self-defense if you get grabbed. But he's probably the easiest to beat it with, in my opinion. It's between him and Flan. Flan is also very easy. So if you beat it with Cognac or urio-mochi, it unlocks the last 2 tofus. Anin tofu, I can't even pronounce that, and Flan. This one is the hardest to beat. Took me forever, and I'll show you why. His knowledge is unending. And I heard these tofus are supposed to relate to the original Star members. Like one is supposed to be Wesker, one's Chris, one's Jill, one's maybe Barry, I think, and one is, who the hell else? Rebecca? But I don't know which is which. But this guy is super hard. It almost looks like tofu, but if you look, he comes with this weapon, which has 360 rounds for both guns. Now these weapons are the secondary special weapons you get from the second scenario. This is Claire's Quick Draw, and this is Leon's M19. This takes forever to reload, so you basically can't even use it in this mode, in my opinion. This is what you would use. And you get all these stuff, and you think it's a lot of healing, but it's not. Basically, you're going to do this. I'm just going to show you. You're going to make one shield. You're most likely going to do this. This is how I beat it. I mean, at least. Because those will give you basically a full heal. And then you have the one left. So you really get 1, 2, 3, 4 full heals. You could add this to that, but you cannot get poisoned as this guy. If you get poisoned, your run is done. And he only comes with one self-defense weapon. So for this guy, I recommend unequipping this and only using a knife in situations where you can either kill the zombie and get it back, or don't use it at all. Just take the bite and heal yourself, because he has nothing else. And these guns are not very good for killing zombies and running through. It was such a pain in the ass. To me, he was the hardest Tofu to beat, hands down. The hardest is this one, then Tofu, then I would probably say Cognac, then urio-mochi, and then the easiest being Flan. So the easiest in that order, easiest to beat it is Flan, urio-mochi, Cognac, Tofu, and Ann. And I'll show you why Flan not only looks cool, codename Flan, danger lurks behind that sweet face. This is the only one with the female voice too, but I like the way this one looks too, though. It's like, I guess it's an egg with the little glaze on top. And you'll see why this one will just destroy this mode. This Tofu is OP. And look at this shit. Comes with the minigun, 400 rounds. Comes with the anti-tank rocket launcher, fully loaded with 4 rounds. And the spark shot not only does have 7 rounds, you have 200 spark shot rounds. That's ridiculous. So a lot of times you can just shoot one at a zombie, stun him, and run right through him. You get no healing because you have such overpowered weapons, and the minigun will shred everything. But you only get 2 self-defense. Again, for these, I would recommend unequipping them and only using them when you absolutely have to, most likely at the end, because that's when shit gets crazy, right at the end. For everything else, you can knock the tyrant down with this, and you can shred the liquor with this, and even with these, you can get the tyrant. You can spark shot him. I think it takes 2, maybe even 1 if you hit him in the head, to drop him. But this one is so easy. And that's it. And then once you beat every one of those, it unlocks a model for each one, and it's a record. So it's hard to do, but I did do it, as you can see. Not very fast, but they were done. Actually, funny enough, Tofu, I got them the fastest. I got lucky. But yeah, there are 5 Tofus. That is all of them, and that is how you unlock them. And if I didn't mention, yeah, if you beat Tofu, it unlocks this guy and this guy. If you beat the game with either him or him, it unlocks the last 2. Doesn't matter. So you could beat, but to get all the models for all 4 and the records for all 5, you have to beat the game, the Tofu Survivor with each one. And I'm telling you right now, this is probably going to be the bitch one. This one right here. These will be all pretty easy to do. But this guy right here, you're not going to like. And that's it.